welcome back to Not Your Average Podcast, episode 3, right, Kyle?
Yes, sir.
And today we got a guy that I met probably 2 years ago. Think he's a jack of all trades, got multiple umbrellas under his term, Jimmy Strong.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you want to introduce what you do for your work and what your titles are for each organization and everything you do for?
All right, well, name's Jimmy Strong. I'd say, depending on which organization we're going to start with. So I'm actually a stage manager for the Harlem Globetrotters. I travel around the world with them, and I do a whole bunch of stuff with them. So it's like between communicating between the organization and different venues, all that wonderful jazz. I do that almost all year round. If I'm not doing things with the Harlem Globetrotters, I actually do a lot of stuff with Xbox and Microsoft. I'm a community champion with them, so basically a lot of community engagement and just overall gaming in general. So anyone who likes video games, I'm kind of in that field too.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally do really enjoy gaming and spend a good fair of my time at home just playing various different games.
Yeah, same here. I have literally every system you can have, honestly. I mostly play Xbox, though, so I'm excited to talk about that.
I'm on the PC grind.
PC grind. Yeah,
I
that's
play
good
it a
one.
little bit. I
That's a
haven't
good
played
one.
it PC
That's a good one.
in a hot minute. It's mainly only Destiny I play on the PC.
Yeah. But we should ask, what's your favorite game to play lately?
Oh man, lately I'm gonna have to go with Zenless Zone Zero solely because it's a first game that I've hopped into that's out of my norm and I enjoy it. It's a definite change in pace from me just playing Halo, Call of Duty, and Forza and everything. Just all the shooters, all that wonderful jazz. I'm just like, okay, sure, it's a gacha game. I've never played a gacha game before. So, all right, jump into it, enjoyed it, and that's probably been the one thing I've been playing just probably nonstop lately. Other than that, I think Tetris. I've been playing a little bit more Tetris than I should have.
Yeah, just a classic game, right? Always.
Yeah, you got to throw classics back in there. I've hopped back into James Bond. I went back to the old 64 and was okay, let's play GoldenEye. Yeah, I played some Perfect Dark. Went back to Donkey Kong a little bit. It's let me slow it down and go play some older games and see what I grew up into, and let me go back into what made me into the gamer I am today. And went back and go
See,
play
that's
those.
Sly Cooper for me. I love those games, man. I really want a fifth one, but I don't think we're ever going to get one.
No.
Yeah. But my first question is specifically, what's your background and how did you get into esports? Because I know that's what you got into first, right? Before you got into being stage manager for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Ah, man, my background it's a wild one. I started off working at a grocery store. I'm pretty sure that's mostly everyone. Everyone starts off at a grocery store. At 17, just a small local town one. I did that for a couple years. I had my fun with it. I actually, working at that grocery store, I actually met Paula Dean there.
What?
Yeah, I know. I don't, she randomly showed up, and she showed up with her husband and everything, started just hanging out with us. The store manager was like, hey, come meet our people here. I was like, why is Paula Dean here? I live in Atlanta, Georgia, so it's like,
Okay.
Obviously we see these people there. It's like, okay, fine, sure. After a couple of years of that, I ended up working at GameStop. And don't get me wrong, that was every teenager's dream job growing up. It's like, hey, look, I want to work at GameStop. I got in and I was underwhelmed. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But towards the end of it, I was like, you know what? I feel awkward. Because it's retail. It's literally retail with just video games. So I thought I was going to be like, oh, we're in the gaming world stuff. Let's do all this. And you're just like, okay, cool. All right. Because, yeah, and all my GameStop guys out there, they know what I mean when I say cycle of life. They know what I mean. But moving on from GameStop, I actually left them and lateraled over to Apple for a little bit. I did a little bit of their stuff with the Genius Bar. Oh, man. I've got some interesting things that have happened at Apple. It was an eye-opener for the tech field for me, and it definitely definitely opened my eyes to how people feel about certain brands and things like that. I was the black sheep when I did Apple stuff because I never used Apple products, and I was always the guy who was like, how do you know how to do this but you don't use the you're not part of the ecosystem. I've never owned an Apple product. So it's always been fun with telling people, it's like, it's a computer. If it's a computer, I can operate it. I know how it works. It's as long as it turns on, I can work with it. I left them after, I don't even think I can explain that one. I can. We had a problem with a repair one day when the 6 and 6S's had their batteries messing up and people had to go return them. That whole situation, we had a whole little fun day with it, and another customer basically was like, yeah, no, we're doing this. So it's like, just drama aside for a month. I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with the drama. I'm a go. And so I left that. In between all of that time, I actually helped found the Xbox Ambassadors program throughout those years. And I was just kind of casually just like, hey, look, we're part of the community. We're trying to grow this community. And that program actually grew and grew during all this chaos of me going back and forth between working and stuff. So I started out as like, a gamer, who wanted to build gamers up. So fast forward years later, I'm building up gamers, all that wonderful jazz. I left Apple. During that time in between Apple and Xbox, I actually worked with a home improvement company called Champion. They were pretty good. I liked them a lot. It was just the travel part that was like a little weird because we had to drive around with a huge sunroom. It was hilarious. Other than that, it was just an interesting job. Home improvement was never my thing. It was just something just to have a little fun and just, a little extra money in the pocket. I worked with a buddy on mine. He invited me to join them. So I was like, sure. I left that because I ran into a master builder at Lego at a festival. And we sat down in the rain and built stuff for like 2.5 hours. And he was like, hey, look, you want to come join us at Lego? Like, sure. Yeah, why not? So I ended up joining the Lego group as a master builder. And that was, oh my goodness, I can't tell you how much fun that was. My gosh. Like, building every Lego set that you want, anytime you wanted. Yeah, I had every dream job that I wanted. I only left that one solely because of toxic management. And it was a very bad, like, it wasn't a bad leave. It was a bad situation that grew into like, it's fine. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was just more so it's my way or the highway. And I didn't want to follow up on that my way or the highway. So I said, I'm going to stick to my guns and all right, have a nice day. You don't need me here. All right. I'll see you later then. So after that, ended up doing just contracting work with Xbox, doing all the Halo Championship stuff since 2018 forward. And then going through 2019, we partnered with a group called Hirsch and Family Entertainment, which leads into my Globetrotter career. We partnered with them, and they helped us build an event, a project called like Halo Outpost, which basically we brought the Halo games to real life. Fast forward to that summer. It was a blast. Everyone who had a hand in that project, we all enjoyed it. But, COVID happened that year, so that's not coming back. That's just whatever. After that whole project during that summer, I rode the plane ride and the train ride home with the president of the organization at that time. And he was like, hey, look, we love everything you do. You're local to Georgia. Come join us. Sure, okay. I didn't know who it was. Hand me the business card, and then that's when I saw. I was like, this says Harlem Globetrotters on it. We were working with them this whole time? Oh, okay. So I put in the application and stuff, and I didn't hear back immediately, so I was like, okay, yay. I got ghosted. Understandably, my resume is probably not the best of all things for the Harlem Globetrotters of all organizations. I'm just a guy who's literally in the esports field. Like, I've just been doing tournaments for, Halo and Call of Duty and stuff like that. Yeah, they don't need gamers. They need people who do sports. So I wait until around November, and I get a call. It's like, hey, Jimmy, you want to go on tour? Sure. All right, so training camp starts over here. We just need you to hop on over here in a few days. I'm like, sure. Yeah, hold on. Let me make some calls real quick. Yes, I'll gladly do that. Ended up calling my skip level manager for a lot of other stuff. I told him the deal what was going on, and keep in mind, this guy is a sports nut. He refuses. If you say anything sports to him, he will drop everything. Sports, sports, sports. As soon as he heard Harlem Globetrotters and they want me, this man threw a fit, straight up said, no, you're not allowed to quit. I'm demoting you so you can keep your position, but you owe me tickets to whatever game I want to go to. I was like, deal, say less. I got you, fam. Yeah. And I ended up leaving. And fast forward a year later. I'm not going to fast forward. Starting out with HGI has been a major eye opener because I've gotten experience from them in ways that I never thought I could. I've been with the organization for 6 years. It's been the best way I can say for people to get the jobs that they want to is definitely network, because I wouldn't have been here without networking, and I definitely wouldn't have been here without getting some kind of extra training on the side. And for me, I'm not a lot of people don't know that I do this, but I actually volunteer at a lot of conventions, and people don't realize that volunteering at conventions does give you professional experience, especially if you work in tech ops or any convention, tech ops, convention ops, or anything like that. They teach you how to run soundboards. They teach you how to run all this equipment, and they teach you how to do rigging. They teach you how to do everything. All of that stuff counts as real life experience. So that stuff, doing that for the past 10 years really helped me out understand the production role that was needed for when I started with the Globetrotters, because when I started with the Globetrotters, I was like, oh great, what do I do? Running around with chicken head cut off. It was a wild one, but after a couple months, I got used to it. And then following year, they're like, hey, look, we love everything you're doing. Let's make you a stage manager. Sure. All right, let's go. I got it. And fast forward 6 years later, I'm still here because I'm doing something right. If I'm not doing something right, they tell me, I fix it, and I'm all good to go. No one's perfect, especially not me, but I try my best.
Yeah, as if you can say, I seen you like a year and a half ago, and we were full circle back here talking to each other once again.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And I do agree with what you specifically said about your network and your connections, because I always hear your network is your net worth, and always bring value to people, because people will see your value and put better things in front of you later on. It'll always pay off later on.
Absolutely. My biggest tip for networking is this, and it's going to sound a little weird. How do I put this? Do not put yourself in a closed box. I am an introverted person. I know a lot of people will say they're introverted, except when it comes down to things that you like. Like, here's the thing. I'm the type of guy who will sit inside of a box, sitting home, stay inside, won't do anything until it comes to event time. Oh, there's an event. I'm going to go out to this event. I'm going to do this. A lot of people are like that. And I'm pretty sure everyone listening will be like, yeah, that's me too. I stay home until it's time for me to go to an event. If you go to the events, socialize, mingle, go out there and speak to someone. I've been doing conventions for the better half of 15 years. I am telling you that you have no idea who you will run into. You can run into the local judge's daughter. You can run into some engineers, some lawyers, the people you could randomly think of. You can run into a general of the military. You have no idea who you're interacting with. Those people, if you build up a great relationship with them and you actually hey, I'm talking to this guy, you build that connection, keep building upon it years down the road, they can need you, and you're just like, hey, I'm ready, I'm available. And there you go. Because there's a little fun fact about me. I don't have a single day of college. All of my work has been through me grinding, putting in the hard work, learning, getting experiences, all that wonderful jazz. Did I ever think I'd be in this position? Absolutely not. Am I happy I am? Absolutely. But the biggest thing is that people need to get out there and start talking. Because the thing is, you never know who you're going to run into. And if you run into that one person who you know can get you into somewhere that you never thought you could, there you go. Because most industries today is not about what piece of paper you have from a college. Most industries today is all about who you know and who can get you in that position. Because I can tell you right now, like from the industries that I've been in, they're not looking for people with a piece of paper. They're looking for people who have that experience and who can show them that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think there's always a misconception about college is the only route to do something you want to do in life, or like that's the easiest route, or gotta spend that money to get there.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, college is a fantastic thing. It is awesome. You need it for certain skill sets. I highly agree. I will never knock down college. It's just it wasn't something for me. Because the thing is, I'm not going to spend $80,000 to go learn how to use a camera. I've been shooting for 10 years. I don't need to do that. I do awesome photography. People can go on my Instagram, my Facebook, any of my social medias or see what I've been tagged in, or go on to the Globetrotter stuff. Most of the stuff they post, I mean, I've taken some of it too. People with social media, they tag me in everything that they post. I'm a fantastic photographer. I don't need to spend $80,000 to go to school to learn how to do it. I'm probably better than the teacher that's teaching it. No offense. But like for video games, I know how to do all of this stuff for esports and production. I don't need to go to school how to learn esports and production and management. I've been doing it for years. Why do I need to spend $100,000 on learning esports and production? It's a waste of money and a waste of my time. I know how to do it. When it comes down to engineering for computers, computer engineering, I don't need to spend $100,000 on learning how to build a computer. I literally have one right here that I've built myself. I've built 10 computers already this year. I don't need it.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's just one of those things where it's like, as long as you know what you're doing, you have the experience and profession and someone who can certify said experience as well, you're good. I mean, as long as you know how to network as well. You just got to know how to keep that grind going. But I'm not saying that piece of paper won't get you anywhere. It's just you have to know how networking will get you further than that piece of paper.
Yeah, that's fair. I think just my past experiences networking with like college athletics or coaches around, or even other content creators or videographers, networking with them has given me a few opportunities here and there, which I never imagined when I was in college I could ever travel to shoot sports or something in my lifetime too.
Yeah, I run into a lot of photographers, and like hearing you guys' story as well is like, wow, okay, we got a whole bunch of this and that and this and that. It's hard for me to keep up with a lot of it too, but like seeing like the young guys like yourself, all like getting out there and actually doing something is, yes, I'm all for it. So thank you for actually honestly thank you for running into me as well during that game. So I'm always looking for stuff to do.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Great game. That was my first game ever, actually, of the Harlem Globetrotters. Never grew up watching them. Amazing.
What? You've never
amazing.
really?
Yeah, I never.
I went to. I was like 9 years old. My first game I ever went to. Dude, I loved it. It's so entertaining.
Yeah, so entertaining.
Oh well, hey, just so you know, next year we're celebrating 100 years, so you're gonna have to come back
I
out.
definitely want to go.
Yeah, I definitely gotta come
I think
back
they
out.
came. I think it was at like the Berglund Center. They came. I haven't been here in a while though.
Yeah.
I don't know the schedule yet. I think don't quote me on this. I think we're going to probably post something around like November, like mid-November or so or early. That's typically when they make the announcement. It's at least been the past couple of years. So once I know, I'll send you guys the dates and stuff, like whatever's nearby, and we'll figure something out.
Yeah, that'd be great. My next question to follow up
Yeah.
on specific to Harlem Globetrotters. I know you had a girl working under you named Blair, and what's her role specific to, and how does she help you out with your day to day?
Blair. That's my gremlin. So Blair, she is actually my stage coordinator. Her role specifically is to help me out. So if there's any problems at the arenas that that are specific to where it's like, hey, look, I can't handle it, she helps me out with my day-to-day tasks, such as like the meet and greets, Magic Pass, things like that, helping me out just get the court and the arena set for just our day of game. Our job is to make sure that everything is set. As soon as we get in there, we make sure Magic Pass is set, the court's safe, the goals are measured, all that stuff. Just just simple operation stuff. Just basically, if I need help with anything, she'll help me out with that, and then afterwards, we get to breathe. After that, doors get open, people come in for Magic Pass, they do their wonderful jazz. Then afterwards, we clear the court and get ready for the game. She has been getting her hands into photography as well, so she actually had like a little Canon T3i, little Rebel, and she was super interested in photography. So throughout that tour, I was actually helped teach her, hey, this is how you shoot this way, this is how you shoot that way. Just the simple basics and all that wonderful jazz. She actually ended up that camera that I was using when you met me. She ended up buying that camera, and
Yeah,
I
I
actually
remember
ended
you
up getting
telling
new
me
gear.
that. Was
Yeah.
it Nikon Z6, right? Was it or Z8?
Yep, she got that Z6. I ended up
Okay.
upgrading to a Z8. I actually got a
Okay,
new
nice.
lens too. I got the 85 1.2 now, so I'm like, oh
Oh,
my
nice.
goodness,
Ooh, nice.
yes. So she's been using that. She's been producing a lot of fantastic content with that camera as well. I kind of miss it still, not gonna lie. But she's enjoying that camera. I'm enjoying my new stuff. But yeah, she just primarily is supposed to help me out with all my day-to-day tasks. I'm wanting to see her go forward and becoming a stage manager or higher. Heck, may happen this year. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
My follow-up question to that: did you handpick her, or through connections, or did they do a whole hiring process, like posting it and getting you someone to help you out throughout your day-to-day task?
So the Globetrotters hire, like every company would, hey, there's a career website, a page on their website, and if you apply and they see that you fit, they'll pick you out. But again, that whole thing I said earlier with connections will get you places, that also comes in handy too, because people who are already in the organization can be like, hey, look, I've seen this person for years, I know how they work, let me get them. Can we give them a chance? But they do have a whole hiring process, hey, look, here's a career page, we're hiring for this specific role. If you have experience in this, if you have referrals or anything of that type, you can always get hired on in that specific way. I don't know how, actually no, I do know. I believe her uncle has been in the organization, so he referred her because he was just looking for something to do for a winter job. So yeah, I believe that's what it was. So
Yeah.
family came in. It's like, hey, look, let me refer you and let me get you in.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Then I want to ask you what your favorite memories from the Harlem Globetrotters, or even esports. Name one favorite memory from esports and Harlem Globetrotters since your time.
Favorite memory from, I'll start with esports. My favorite memory from esports. Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a loaded one. You know how hard that is? Hold on. Favorite memory from esports. I'm gonna have to go with, honestly, I grew up playing Halo. That was my go-to game all my life. Actually, I grew up with that game. My favorite memory would be having to get to hang out with the entire voice cast, Steve Downs, Jen Taylor, all those guys, and hanging out, physically hanging out with all of them in the same enclosed area and just having a party with exclusively us. It was just
that's
all
so cool.
343 staff, and Halo staff and everything, just all of us, just all together, just us. So that'll probably be my best memory. Favorite memory for the Globetrotters? Man, I'll say it would be the start when I started with the Globetrotters. I'm 6'2". I'm not a small guy. My best memory would probably be being able to see for the first time the entire organization and walking in and going, oh, he's taller than me. He's taller than me. He's definitely taller than me. Just go oh my goodness, I feel like the small guy now. So that'll probably be the most funniest thing, because when you're walking in and you're just like, oh my gosh, why do I feel small?
Yeah, you never
I'm no
realize how
longer
big
that
they
guy.
look.
Oh yeah, they're
Until you
huge.
get to the game, you realize how big they are every time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm a pretty short person myself. Grew up all my life pretty short, so that's nothing new to me. But my co-host Kyle,
I'm also
he's
6'2".
6'1", 6'2", so
Yeah.
he gets the same thing. Everyone says, "Oh, he's so tall," but when he goes to basketball and stuff, it's like,
Dude, I feel so short every time. I'm like,
Right.
I think the average size for NBA point guard is 6'3", 6'4", and that's still taller than me. That's insane. I usually play a center role whenever I play basketball, so that's tiny.
I'm just when you have a whole army of 6'5" and plus tall guys, you're just I'm overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, he can pick me up. Never felt so overwhelmed. But yeah, I think that'll be one of many fun memories with the Globetrotters. I've got plenty I'm thinking of right now,
Yeah.
but that'll be one of my top ones. Is just when I started with them, and taking it all in. That, oh my gosh, I'm here in this organization.
And then do you travel like more than half the year or throughout the year?
With the Globetrotters, I travel typically starting around mid-November, going all to about May, June-ish. Whenever I'm not with the Globetrotters, I do travel separately for all the events and conventions that I do work. Like right now, actually, I've got a travel popping up here for DC. I'm going to an event called Otakon, and I'm going to be there for like a week and a half. Then afterwards, I come back and do more craziness.
I heard Otakon is amazing for my girlfriend. She loved it.
It's fantastic because one, I get to stay there for a whole week and a half. Two, I get to go like street photography is awesome out there, and on top of that, the food, everything food. I need it.
Is it similar to like Dragon Con?
Oh no!
No.
Oh
I'm just very
no.
wrong. My bad.
Oh,
Well,
drag!
all
Oh
we got
no!
here, we got what is it? Forgot the Berkeley Center runs their own con for like a weekend, but it's nothing comparable to those big cons. This is probably
okay.
the biggest close con we got.
Okay.
I work Dragon Con as well because I live in Atlanta. Here's the thing: Dragon Con is huge. People don't understand how big it is. It is so. If you look at a map of Atlanta and look at the Westin, that huge cylinder tower, that's the center point. Look at that center point and just make a big circle about half a mile around. That's how big Dragon Con is. 350,000 people have a hand in touching Dragon Con, whether they're interactive with it or just people buying from a shop or something like that. 350,000 people interact with that convention every year, and it's 6 days.
Dang. No wonder my coworker goes every year.
It's insane. I highly recommend it. If you want, here's the thing: you cannot do everything at Dragon Con in one run. You need to go at least 3 times to be able to do everything.
Maybe that's a trip we gotta take one next time.
I think it's around like fall to winter time. I think that's usually when it's at.
August 28th to September 2nd.
Yeah.
There we go. We gotta make that trip.
Okay. We'll
There you
plan
go.
it. We'll plan it.
I'll help you out with that too.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So you've traveled all the time. What's some of your favorite cities to go to since you're on the road all the time?
Favorite cities to go to? I'll definitely say Denver, Colorado would be one of my favorite ones. It was fantastic. Love the community out there. They were good. Another one would be, again, hometown Atlanta. Always gonna represent my people out here. Another fun city I would highly recommend going to just to explore. Probably just around Oregon. So just any place in Oregon, honestly. Any place. There's just so much life out there. Washington as well. If you're in Seattle, definitely they've got a lot of Tech Square stuff like out there. They're pretty cool. Phoenix was just hot. Not even gonna lie. Even in winter, it was still hot. So stay away from that. Stay away from Vegas too. Oh my goodness. Please. If you have no reason to be there, don't go there. My favorite overall city though,
How about this? We don't have to restrict it to U.S. It could be anywhere.
Yeah,
globally,
it could
too.
be anywhere in the world.
shoot, God, now you just opened up a can of worms. Shoot, anywhere in the U.S., Japan. I'm sorry, I'm a huge anime nerd, so like Gundam is my go-to. Wish I had my display set. I'm actually process of moving, so nothing's set up anymore. But I'm a huge Gundam guy. So I'd say like Yokohama or something like that. Anywhere in Japan, honestly. Oh, actually, no, yeah, everywhere in Japan, don't matter. If not that. Australia was okay. I had a bad experience there when I went there separately. Not bad, but like more so just, again, traveling's not for everyone. But if I'm going to say the go-to, definitely Japan. Just me being different fields. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's
That's actually my bucket list location to travel to, Japan. I always wanted to go there. I've been talking about it for years and years and years, and I still haven't made the trip out. And once I go, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it.
Do it. Join. Go out there. Go explore. Honestly, as long as you stay within like certain areas and certain regions, you're fine. There are some non-touristy areas that are open to the public. As long as you're respectful, you can definitely head out there and just go do your things. Just don't do anything wild. That's really all it is. Just be respectful and just keep to yourself and just don't do stupid stuff. You'll be fine.
Yeah, don't film in certain locations.
Yeah, that too. Like
My follow-up question to everything is like, did you grow up actually playing sports or anything? Just because people in sports now. That's one thing.
hold on. I didn't hear that question. What was that?
Oh, my bad. I was asking, did you grow up playing any sports like basketball just because you work in sports now, or were you just more into the gaming scene and the anime scene and all that growing up instead?
I grew up as a closet nerd. I literally did nothing but video games, anime, comic books, all that wonderful jazz. I played outside. Growing up, I played football in high school. I didn't touch a basketball. I've never played basketball. So,
What position did
no.
you play?
I was a tackle. So I was a
Heck yeah.
lineman. I had never touched a basketball. So, me working with this organization is like, oh, well then, a little weird one there. So, like for me in high school, my group, my high school was Norcross High School. They're known for pitting people like NBA, NFL, all that wonderful jazz. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Alvin Kamara, Max Garcia, Lorenzo Carter, all those guys. They graduated with me, so they're all. Yeah, you've heard of Diamond DeShields. She graduated from Norcross as well. She's in the WNBA still. All those people, yeah, my high school is known for pitting names inside the fields and stuff. So, me working with the Globetrotters, I'm just like, you know what? Does that technically count?
I'd say it does.
I say it counts. I think it's very cool that you work for the Globetrotters.
That's what I grew up with. I never touched a basketball. If anyone ever asked, do you play? Absolutely not. I will never claim that.
Yeah, that's fair. And then, how do you combat burnout if you travel all the time throughout the year?
Honestly, just stay in touch with family. A lot of people, it's not for everyone. It's not. Like, a lot of people don't understand that when we're on the road, we don't get to just go home and say hey to our families, hug and kiss them, things like that, show love. We're on the road for months at a time, sometimes all year. Like, just as long as we stay in touch with them, or just like, because we're a family out there too. As long we're always talking and always like, we're always advocates for mental health, and we understand it's very stressful for especially the players who are married or have kids and things like that. We understand that a lot, and so we try to make sure we separate times for players to actually go home if they need to take care of family matters, and then they come back out if they can. So we do care about that type of stuff. For the overarching world, it's like, hey, look, once we're gone, once we start, we fly out Christmas morning, and we're gone until tour's done, and that could be 6 months, 8 months. It's basically like the military, just without the military aspect of it all. Like, we understand how it feels to be gone and away from your family for months on end, and just not having that communication too. So we understand a lot.
So I guess it's slightly different from like the conventional sports, where it's like organization where they have a home place to play at, versus you guys are traveling city to city every week, right?
Yeah, it kind of
Oh, yeah.
reminds me of like a WWE schedule, just a little bit.
So we practice in the courts that we play in. So yeah, it's not like conventional, but every day we go to a different area. We practice in those arenas, and then we get on with the day. But our hometown, the Globetrotters are owned by Hershon Family Entertainment, so our home base is technically Atlanta, Georgia, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I mean, that's where our headquarters is. A little fun fact. So, well, not even a fun fact. That's actually, I think that's publicly known. But yeah, we're based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and they've been here for a little bit now. So, if anyone asks, that's really where it is.
Yeah. Then, what are your goals with your esports specifically? Like, what's your goals for like the next few years? What do you want to accomplish out of it?
When it comes down to the esports side of things, I've recently slowed down that role just a little bit. I am most likely going to phase out of it here over the next couple years, and probably continue on with community engagement. So for me personally, don't get me wrong, esports has been fantastic. But for me personally, I believe that the gaming industry is in a stagnant state, to where games just aren't the same anymore. They just don't play the same route as they have in the past. So I'm, again, just slowing down that role, sticking with community engagement, and I will, for future, I don't know where I'm going to go with it yet. I actually am not going to be doing much this year when in regards to like Halo and Call of Duty and Apex Legends. This year, I think my last tournament or last involvement in a tournament will probably be the Halo World Championship, and that's in October in Seattle. That'll probably be my last interaction for the time being.
Because I always thought esports was rapidly growing just because we went to a university called Radford University out of Radford, Virginia, and
Yeah.
it's like when we were attending, they just started building like a 40 PC lounge, and then and finally after we left the school, it became a collegiate sport with the like athletics departments and competing like
Yeah.
with different schools and everything. So
And they're also teaching like intro to esports as actual class now. This is one of the classes I took for my last semester.
Don't get me wrong, collegiate esports, fantastic. It is definitely growing. Since collegiate esports is not, it doesn't overarch into the regular esports. They're two completely different areas. It's tricky for me to voice out certain concerns. Don't get me wrong, collegiate esports is growing. Regular esports is kinda again just in a little lull for me personally. The reason I say this is because of uh, how do I put this? Basically, we don't have enough people. We don't have enough players. And a lot of people are starting to see that. Like, it's the same 10 teams that you see every single year fighting for the same tournaments, the same cups, the same everything. And there's no variance. It's just the same 10 teams. Like, yeah, you got growing teams who are going in there. You've got people who have been established. But when you look at the brackets for every single game, it's the same 10 teams. So it's just starting to get a little like it's like one of those situations where, hey, now's the time to sell all your stock because it's gonna crash. This is one of those type of things.
would that be true to just the teams or certain games? You say too, like would it be just like Valorant, Halo, or I don't know, like Smash Bros. I don't know.
Oh, this is in general for all games. Doesn't matter. If there's a game that requires team play, this is it's gonna crash because most developers today don't care about the casual gamer. And I'm just voicing this out as my own opinion, and this is what I've seen. Most developers today do not care for the casual gamer. Most developers today are being led by shareholders. Shareholders decide where they want to lead the game. The developers can't say anything against it, so they're forced to create something that they don't want, and it's all because they want to bring their game to esports. They think that they're going to get the most of their money from esports, so they create a multiplayer competitive title. Hence, a game by a very popular studio, which is crashing right now. I won't bring it by name, but we all know what it is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Then what was that?
Well, I've been wondering, since you've been in so many different fields and done so much, what do you think is like your greatest accomplishment or like the thing you're most proud of with something you've put your hands on?
Greatest accomplishment. Oh my gosh. I gotta look around a little bit. Greatest accomplishment would probably be just having a hand in putting in these experiences. Like, again, I'm a guy doesn't have a single day of college. I've had hand in so many different things. Like, people go, oh, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this. Yeah, I can send you pictures of me doing these things as well. Like, a lot of people don't believe that I've done these things. It's like, no, I come with receipts. I can show you me doing this, show you me doing this time. I can run a whole timestamp for it all. But the greatest memories I have is actually just having a hand in saying that I've been able to do this. And, I've been able to make people happy, make people smile, and just be there. So that's honestly what I'm most proud of, that I've been able to do this stuff without any, backlash or repercussions. Like I've been through hell. I've been through a lot in life, but being able to say that I've had a hand in Halo. I've had a hand in working with Lego. I've had a hand in working at Apple. All these major companies, and it's like I've made people happy. So
I was
that's
gonna
really it.
say, I think the name alone from the companies you worked with just show a lot, especially on the
Yeah.
resume, to probably pop up to people and go like, oh, this guy worked with XYZ companies and he got a lot of connections there
Well,
and
some
all
of the
this
top companies,
good experiences.
it's all super impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like all this
yeah. That
stuff. Like I would say, like growing up, like playing Legos and then playing with like video games and then watching Harlem Globetrotters. And you made it into a career and a feasible career and showing people that it can be possible, which is really impressive to me.
Oh yeah. Like I try to tell people, it's like, look, everywhere you go, connections will get you far. the piece of paper will get you far as well, but putting them together will definitely get you further. But it's like I just don't want everyone to stress about the things that they think that they can do in life, because it's like, oh hey, I've got this going on, I got this going on. It's like, breathe, relax, take it one step at a time. I've been stressed out before too. I know how it feels. I've been on, like, the rope's end. I've been through those moments. Just take your time. Everything out there, not everything out there is there to be against you. Like, a lot of this stuff is there to help you, but the way you handle stress will be the way that really says how your character is. So take your time, breathe, relax, and just literally just take it one step at a time, because you never know. As soon as you complete that one task, there's something that's going to be harder. I'm not going to lie. But if you know how to relax and like just move, you're fine. You're good. You got this. And the biggest thing is, people don't ask for help. Ask for help. Not everyone is out there to be against you. Always ask for help. If you don't know how to do it, ask for someone who knows how to do it. Let them help you. I'm not going to, like, if someone asks me for help, I'm not going to sit there and just scold you for not knowing how to do it. You don't know how to do it. That's why we're here to learn it. Like, what do I gain from scolding you for not knowing how to do something? You don't know how to do it. You weren't trained on it. You're here to learn about it. I know about it. Sure, here you go. Of course, we may joke about it. I may make a little fun of you, but that's because, brotherly love. I mean, I love you. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you gotta have fun while still learning, right? Or
Exactly.
become a chore.
Just poke, just beat you up a little bit, and they'll be like, all right, there you go. Now you know it. So I expect you to know it when I quiz you about it later on. And if you don't know it then, at that point, since we've been working together, yes, I'm going to mess around with you a little bit, but I'm not going to, discourage you. I'm still going to help you out and make sure you know exactly what you're doing.
Well, I was gonna say, this is probably a great time to start wrapping this up. I want to say thank you for coming on the podcast, Jimmy. We had a great time. We learned a lot, and I hope both of us get to see you somewhere at a con.
Yeah, I hope
or
to see you at a Harlem Globetrotters game.
Yeah, or any
Absolutely.
other event we see you.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast here. Honestly, for you guys, if there's a game that's coming nearby you later on in the future, just let me know. Hopefully, I'm on that route too. Since we have multiple groups, if I'm on that route, I'll be glad to have you guys come out to a game and everything. I'll see. Can't promise again. I will see if we can get you guys set up with an interview with a player, so you can get a better understanding of how the players feel about being on the road too. So we like to help out.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, have a good one.
Thank you so
You
much.
too. Thank you.